Welcome to another episode of Clas Haven Farms. So what do we got today? Well, today we did some tractor therapy. We took the 790 out and we started clearing some of these saplings out and getting this area leveled out for our IBC totes to get stored up here. And while I was doing this, I came up with an idea. I'm going to try it and I'm going to bring you guys along to see if it works. So stay tuned. All right, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Andy and this is Clas Haven Farms. So if you guys watched the last video I did, I had talked about this area here, which used to be the garden. And I had ripped the fence out and gotten everything cleaned up. And then I got hurt at work and messed up my ankle. And then, of course, everything took over and I just couldn't get back out here. And since then, I was originally going to do this as a garden, but we've had a lot of wood coming in here to the house. And you guys know that's my primary way to heat my house is firewood. So what we did is I started clearing this out like I said I was going to, and getting all these old saplings and stuff moved out of the way. And I have all this cardboard here, and I don't have money for rock or more dirt or anything else. So I had this idea while I was using the 790 to clear this out. What if I take all this cardboard that would just go to the dump and I started laying it out as a weed barrier, and I have a whole bunch of wood chips that a buddy of mine dropped off from his landscaping company. And what if I just started to coat this area with wood chips? Now, I definitely don't have that much cardboard, but this is something that I've been milling around and thinking about for a while for doing for my garden down where the chickens are right now this spring. So I thought, you know what? It's mid-March, almost mid-March. This would be a perfect time to try this out and see how it's going to do and see how well it stops some of the weeds from coming up. And maybe that's something that I can use for the garden. And I don't know. We're going to try it out. Let me know what you guys think and let me know if you try this stuff and if it works for you. So this cardboard is just cardboard that I would have thrown out. And if this doesn't work, then I guess it's just one less trip to the dump that I'll have to make, because this stuff's just going to sit underneath this these wood chips and it's just going to decompose and I won't have a problem. Now I will say I'm not using any cardboard that had staples in it, but I am using some cardboard like this that has kind of that ink all over it. I wouldn't necessarily use this stuff for the garden, but I figure for this application, it's not like I'm trying to grow anything over here, so I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Definitely not too worried about having full coverage and making sure there's no gaps in this, but I don't know. I just was on the tractor thinking about it as I was pushing all this stuff around. And, you know, I got all this cardboard. I've been trying to organize the basement since I moved into this place. And, you know, the cardboard's just getting broken down and been sitting down there. And I said, well, either take it to the dump or try it out here. I could possibly take some of these boxes and open them up. But again, it's just a science experiment. I'm not going to waste too much time. Plus, I would like to get some of these wood chips at least started and spread before it starts getting dark. Had a couple hours after work to try to get some of this stuff done. And with the Chicken Whisperers baseball team coming up, it's going to be hard to get time to do things like this anyway, so I better take advantage of it now, right? So I'll go ahead and speed you guys up so you're not just sitting here listening to me talk. We'll get some of this stuff spread, and then I'll take the 790 with the bucket, go over and start grabbing wood chips and laying this stuff out. You know, a while ago I bought those forks that go on the front of your tractor that actually go into the frame of the John Deere. But I've always had these clamp-on forks. And you know, I had one person tell me, well, why don't you sell those since you're buying the other one? And I've had these, and I've had these like 6 years now, maybe 7 years. And I absolutely love these clamp-on forks, especially because I just need to move 2 IBC totes. If I can throw these on, they're empty. I can move them real quick, and then I can go right back to using the bucket once I pop this thing off. That one that goes onto the loader frame is nice when you're doing a whole lot of work where you're just going to be using the forks, but I don't know. I'm glad I kept these things because it does come in handy when you have situations where I just need to move 2 totes and just throw the forks on real quick and then take them right back off. So just something to think about. If you buy those, don't get rid of your clamp-ons. It's always fun trying to do this when you're holding the camera. I guess if I had more people to like help me holding the camera and doing all that, it'd be a lot easier. But see what I mean? As an empty tote, I can move these real quick and then get to these wood chips a lot easier. And all I gotta do is just unclamp it and it's done. So I don't know. Really glad I didn't get rid of them. I thought about it. I thought about selling them, but I think when I got these, because it was pre-COVID, I think I paid like $115 or $120, something like that. You wouldn't be able to buy clamp-on forks for that now. So if I sold them on Marketplace or something, I'd be lucky if I got, you know, $75 for them. So you know what? $75 just came in handy right now. Now, obviously, these aren't staying here. It's just where they need to go for right now. But all right, so now the game plan is to take this fire rake and just move this stuff around real quick. And again, I don't know that this will be a good idea. I'm trying to get a pretty decent base because since I just cleared all this vegetation that was here, the last thing I want to do is just leave it as dirt, because if we start getting a bunch of rain, it's just going to be a sloppy mess. And not that wood chips are that much better, but I just figured, you know what, I got them sitting there and I wanted to try this method out. I've been thinking about doing this, and I figured there was no better time to try it than now. And then that way, if this doesn't work, or I don't think this would work good for a garden, then I'm not wasting my time. But I don't know. It's trial and error, right? So if I do this and it doesn't work, then you guys know not to do it because you watched me do it. But hey, it does save me a trip to the dump, so that's good. Now, the game plan here is to set IBC totes down here and get stuff moved from the front of the house, because what I would like to do is I have 62 baby chick broilers coming in just over a month, and I want to clear out my block building that I have that was here at this house when I bought it, because that's where I would like to put the baby chicks and just kind of make that into a brooding house, and then in the wintertime make it into a winter house for my egg layers. So it's a little bit more secure. Won't have to worry about the hawk issues because they'll have a lot of obstacles to get around. but I got to be able to get back to it. And I also have a shed that has been at my sister's house since I went through my divorce and all, and I need to get that moved up here. And all the stuff that's in the block shed here is going to go in that shed, but I can't get that shed dropped where I want it to right now because it's you can't get to it. It's nothing but wood filled in wood inside of IBC totes. So if I can get some of these totes moved over here and set here, that should work out pretty well. So I'm not going to show you guys all this because you kind of get the idea, but we will be able to keep an eye on just this spot to see what it looks like as far as weeds coming up and that. And I don't know, maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. So if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and make sure you subscribe so you can follow us along. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram under Clas Haven Farms. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.